Unpacking is a game created by game studio Witchbeam and published by Humble Bundle. Regarded as a great game on Steam with a 9 out of 10 from the community but an 8 out of 10 from IGN, it is seen as an enjoyable game but definitely not for the action-oriented side of gaming. Available on multiple platforms such as PC, Switch, and Xbox. In this Zen puzzle game, you are tasked with, unpacking. The main gameplay is structured through photo albums as save states. Then in the levels, you take items out of boxes and rooms and decorate the rooms with them, trying to find where they do, or in some cases, don't belong. The game has you follow the life of a girl named Sadie as she unpacks her life and experiences through her residencies she encounters in her life. I will be going through each level, putting the story of her life and this game together. Enjoy! With our first level, we start in her childhood bedroom, presumably when she's 10 to 14, judging by the childlike decorations around her room. After you finish each level, there is a text that reveals more of her life depending on what room you end up in. Based on this one, we can assume this is a new house she moved into at a young age. From this first room, we get a lot of info on Sadie based on the things in her house. She has art supplies and sketchbooks around to imply she is an artist. She is active in sports and soccer with a trophy on her shelf, and it is also safe to say she is Jewish from this dreidel, but we'll put that as a maybe. And with the games and other items, we have quite a bit of info on her, but that's just level 1. With this level, it has us unpacking her first apartment before college based on her text here and here. There's a kitchen, bathroom, and bedroom. Her bedroom shows off how much art is important to her by adding more supplies and presumably her artwork on the wall. She still has her games, some of her stuffed animals, and her soccer ball. Apart from her room, this level does not add much to her character apart from it being her first apartment, so we can move smoothly too. With this level, it's the first big one, as she has moved in with 2 roommates for a total of 5 rooms she can unpack in. I'm confused on where the timeline is for this room, as she has a diploma on her wall from university, so I'm going to assume she moved in after uni with these roommates, but I'm not sure if they are in college during this. The roommates in this level are not shown, but from the items around and these file names the community was able to find, Sadie's roommates are named Daniel and Miriam. It is unclear whose items are whose, but if we take away ours, we can see D&D items, action figures, cosmetology items, as well as aspects of one of them studying to be a tailor of clothes, or just a designer of one. There are also tons of bugs around the apartment from them too, as well as video games. But what about Sadie? Well, we know she has her diploma, still doing tons of art, went abroad, or just visited from these pictures and tourist items. She has a job presumably in customer service from her work outfit here, and we can also see she likes to stay fit with her equipment here. But just using context clues doesn't help much with figuring out everything about the roommates, so we can clump them together. And with that, we move on to... Regarded as the community's most hated level, we see Sadie move in with her presumed boyfriend, which was also found by the community, Eric. With only so much room in a 4-room house, it's hard to unpack in this level, even being said by Sadie herself in the picture. From these rooms, we learn a bit of Eric's character, from him being into exercise, really into music, and video games. With Sadie, we see she has brought a bug from her bug-loving roommates. We can actually see them from a picture in this level. This is the first time we see these characters, and from the process of elimination, we see that this is Sadie, this is Eric, this is Daniel, and that is Miriam. Sadie has also brought more stuffed animals with her, and of course, her art supplies. She also brought a D&D character from the last level, and her diploma. And this is the big thing people have a problem with. In this game, it's regarded as a puzzle because if things aren't put where they belong, they are outlined with red until she puts it away. This is done because the kitchen item is in the bathroom or story reason. And in this case, Sadie is not allowed to put up her diploma, not even in the bathroom. Left with no choice but to put it under her bed or in the closet, with barely any room or availability for her diploma, people have speculated that Eric is not a good boyfriend and could possibly be toxic or even abusive. Which leads us, sadly, to With sad music playing, we see what has happened from context clues. Sadie and Eric have broken up, and she is forced to move back into her childhood home with her parents. With a tack through Eric on their photo and a rip on her pig plushie, we could assume it didn't end well. Nostalgia fills the room as we see old items from the first level and new stuff too. Old stickers ripped off the cabinet and old posters put away or torn. We have our beetle with us from the previous level, as well as a few other items, although this period in her life doesn't last long, as just a year later. With little money as stated here, she has a new apartment. With 5 rooms all to herself, she seems to be doing well and shows more of her personality throughout the whole thing. With her own office space, we see more artwork, presumably from her, and we see her little bug has sadly passed away, with her other art showing farm animals on her tack board. And we finally see confirmation of her being Jewish, as she has a menorah at her table with matches to light it. More stuffed chicks have appeared, with her collection growing throughout the levels, and her D&D character has been painted as well. Little things here and there as she starts to work on something possibly from her art. Not much to add from this level other than the passage of time, so let's continue. Time has passed and she's still in the same apartment. Same items with some new ones to show the passage of time as well as a new couch, but hold on. Whose boxes are those? Looking through the files again, the community found this new character's name too. Maylee. Sadie's partner who is moving in. With the new items she brings with her, we can do the old process of elimination again and find out lots about this character. By these photos, we see what Maylee looks like and her relationship with the past characters. But what about her likes? She may be a botanist or just likes plants a lot. She has an award of some kind and enjoys games as well with Sadie. She brings more stuffed animals and lots of vibrant clothes. This cane at the door was not a part of her box of stuff, so I assume Sadie has gotten to a point of needing a cane for walking or just has a bad leg/foot. On to Sadie though. We see she has gotten busy working on what seems to be a cartoon or illustration book starring cartoon animals from her sketching them and working on stuff on her computer. She also has an award and lots more sketchbooks. She's taken vacations to more places as we see more items suggesting tourism. And with that, we are on to the last level and the end of our game. Coming to our finale with the last level in the game, we see the culmination of Sadie's journey and life in this final house. With 10 rooms to unpack in with this new big house, we see so many old items and tons of new stuff. Within Sadie's office, we see she was able to get books published about these cartoon animals she has been drawing these past levels, with her face plastered on a presumably important poster, possibly praising her for the creation of this book series. Lots of Sadie's and Maylee's interests and past items have been added around the house, but of course, new stuff is here. More plants, stuffed animals, and artwork have been added throughout the whole house, but most importantly, and the biggest thing that is new, is of course, the baby room. Decked out in toys and love, we see that Sadie and Maylee have adopted a child as they want to be parents. And with that, the game ends, leaving us with this beautiful photo of a new family. The best part of this game is its way of showing the passage of time and the journey we ourselves go through. And if you don't notice it, you can definitely tell by the mascot of this game throughout the levels.